Hi, I'm Mike Thompson. I got inspired when I was in the mall the other day. I got dragged into this store called Altered State, and I was amazed by what I saw behind the counter. They had this huge, probably 12-foot wide by 8-foot tall wall full of marbles that were backlit by 8-foot fluorescent tubes. And I thought to myself, hey, I could make one of those. So I did, on a much smaller scale, of course. This is 18 by 18. This is made out of wood. Theirs was made out of a bunch of perforated metal. Mine is wood because it's much, much cheaper. I can't imagine how many thousands of dollars they must have spent on theirs. But what I've got here are 2 sheets of 1/4-inch plywood with a whole bunch of holes in it. I sized my holes to be 90% the diameter of the marble so that the marble is retained between the 2 sheets of plywood and so that enough of the marble shows. Because if you have too small a hole, then just not enough of the marble shows up. I've just got standard cat's eye marbles in here in a random pattern, and I think that turned out really, really good. Now, I was going to drill all these holes. There are 449 holes in each sheet, so there's about 900 total for both. I was going to drill them all by hand, but then I decided, nah, I don't want to drill until retirement, so I cheated a little bit, as you see here. I've got it backlit with some 3528 LED strips. Now, I would have done it differently if I'm going to do it again, and I probably will, because I just have a whole bunch of extra marbles. I bought them on eBay for, I think, $2 a pound, and I think I got 13 pounds and used a little under half of them. So I'm going to do this again, but I'm going to do the lighting a little bit differently. It was extremely labor-intensive to cut the LED strips and then add wires between them and stick them all on in the way I did, as you see. So I'm going to do it again, slightly differently though at some point. I'm not sure how just yet. Maybe sort of the way they did it at Altered State with some sort of just a backlit area. But it's open here along the back edge, as you see. And the color of this is entirely dependent upon the lighting you select. These are cool white LEDs, so you can see they kind of have a blue color cast. Of course, the surface you mount it on, in this case just a white wall, controls kind of what it looks like around the edge and how it shines through. If you mount it on a different colored wall, it's going to look different. Also, the marbles you select. The ones they had at the store behind their counter display were much more opaque than these cat's eye ones I have in here. I still get quite a bit of color coming through. You can see the detail in the marbles, but these are for the most part clear. The cat's eye only occupies maybe 50%, 60% at best of the face of the marble. So most of the light coming through is clear. It makes a fantastic night light. Now you guys could of course add dimming features, and you could even have a multicolored LED strip with the RGB if you wanted to. I didn't, but I probably will add dimming sometime here in the near future so that it's not full bright all the time. But it's a really simple project in the scheme of things. It didn't take a lot of effort, it just took a lot of time. You could definitely do this yourself, just don't be afraid to try. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm Mike Thompson, and thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.